Hola amigos, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma Bennet and I am the author of 7 contemporary romances and 1 children's picture book. In today's vlog I am going to be taking you along with me to the Romantic Novelists Association conference at Harper. It's going to be a lot of fun. Amigos, and welcome back to my vlog. I'm on the train on my way to the Romantic Novelists Association conference and I'm hoping to be able to vlog as much as possible for you. I've got my book for the journey. It is The Love Hypothesis and it is really good. I've always had a little bit of that thing for scientists and this has got plenty of science action going on, and I'm starting the weekend off right with a healthy snack because all the food's included in this thing and I'm going to be eating a lot of fear. I'll catch you guys later. I'm at the conference. It is pretty warm here today and I've come down to the bookstore that is set up and it is really lovely to see STARSTRUCK. They have copies of STARSTRUCK here for people to buy, so I'm going to have a good look around and see if I can pick up a few books from my favourite authors. Hello, well I've completed registration, I've had a little look around and I am now in my room, which is really rather sweet. It's student accommodation that's rented out for conferences and things like that during the summer holidays. So there are kind of flats of 4 rooms and then you've got a kitchen as well that you can go and use for kitchen parties in the evening or making tea and coffee in the morning, that kind of thing. I've got a little while before the first talk that I am signed up to, so I thought that I would come and have a look inside the all-important goodie bag. Why don't we have a look and see what we've got in here? Oh, let me sit down on this bed. Oh, I don't know how comfy this bed's going to be. It's a little bit spongy. We've got paperwork. Ooh, there's books. There's books. What have I got? I've got A Wedding in Tuscany. Oh. So basically what happens is that if different authors have got promo material, books and things like that that they'd like to put into the conference pack, they send it in advance and they get to put into the bags. So the books will be different for the different delegates. I don't think that everybody gets exactly the same book, but I've got my weekly pocket novel one here as well. West Side Love Story. That looks fun. I really like that cover. That is beautiful purple. I've got, Scandal at Midnight, a Harlequin historical. Fun. I do love a historical every now and again, it has to be said. And how cute is this one? The Littlest Library by Poppy Alexander. I love that. That looks so fun. And then I also had a pen. Oh, I've got a pad. Very important. Very important. There was a pen, but here it is. Got a sparkly pen. Nice. Got Haribo. Oh, that's some kitchen party. Nice. And I've got a Freddo bar and I've got a Chomp. I might just eat all these now, you know. Oh my goodness, my head's a little bit windswept. It is pleasantly breezy out there today. Let me tell you, because other than that, it's very hot. Love hearts. How long has it been since I've had some love hearts? I like that. Oh, Post-its. Pink Post-its, and they're the proper ones. They're not the cheapy ones. Excellent. Excellent. Oh, another pen. Brilliant. Plain blue biro. We like that. And then there's a load of, like, bookmarks and things in here, which is super cute. Ooh. Partner Pursuit. I know this author. She is absolutely lovely and she is here this weekend. I was so pleased to see her. Oh, and then I've got like a document wallet as well. Keep my important documents. You know what? I think I'm just going to settle down and eat these sweets now because, you know, I'm on my holidays. I can do what I want. I can eat sweets all afternoon if I want. I'm a grown-up. So I think I've got about half an hour before the first talk. So I'm just going to chill out in my room, have a little bit of quiet time because it can get a little bit much when you're chatting to so many people, a lot of them that you didn't know before. So I'm just going to have a little bit of chill out time in my room, get my room all sorted and then head down for the first talk. I am so looking forward to it. It's about making your pitch perfect. when you're sending off to publishers and agents, so it should be a really useful one. Catch you later. Hello, it is day number 2 at the Romantic Novelists Association conference. I am exhausted because I do not sleep well when I'm not in my own bed, but I am also having an absolutely brilliant time. I've just had breakfast and I've got a little bit of time before the first session today, so I thought I would just stop and have a little chat with you guys and let you know what's been going on. Breakfast this morning was absolutely hilarious. There's a team of very good-looking young football players also staying at the university, and so they had breakfast with us. So we've got a table for 10, and there were 5 middle-aged romantic novelists on one side and 5 very good-looking young footballers on the other, trying to get us to explain to them exactly how you write a book in a couple of sentences or less. They were really, really sweet. They are here again tomorrow, then we are going to ask them to have a photo taken with us so that we can show just how much fun going to conference can be. The other really fun thing that happened was that yesterday, just after I arrived, I was standing in the reception area chatting to some people when a woman came over to me and she recognised me from YouTube. Definitely the first time that has happened, probably will be the last time that will happen, but it was really, really lovely. She was so sweet. I'm sure that I'll see her around the conference in the next couple of days. So I wanted to have a little chat to you about just how great conferences are, and if you get the chance to go to a writing conference, just absolutely do. It's completely worth it. I know that they can be really expensive sometimes, especially when you factor in travel costs, but there are often bursaries available if you ask if you really can't afford it, and the amount that you get out of them, it's just so worth it. Not just the social aspect. For a lot of authors, myself included, writing can be a bit of a lonely process, and it's just so nice to be with a group of people who completely understand. They understand that it's not easy to write a novel, that it can take a long time. Nobody judges you if you have been working on the same manuscript for a couple of years. No one judges you if you are at that stage where you now claim that you hate everything that you have ever written. And it's just really nice to have that. As well as being a fantastic opportunity to whinge, you'll also come away feeling all inspired and determined to get loads more words down on the page and do your absolute best with plenty of new ideas and ways to go about things. Some of the talks are more about kind of how to revise your draft and things like that. I'm going to one about TikTok for authors by Fiona Lucas later today, and I'm also going to one about making the most out of Instagram if you're an author, so I'm really looking forward to those. However, conference fatigue is definitely a real thing. It's absolutely exhausting remembering all these new names, trying to keep everybody straight in your head, and there's a lot of information that you're trying to take in very, very quick, and fatigue does definitely settle in, particularly by the end of the second day. But nobody minds if you just go and chill by yourself for a little while. Nobody says that you have to go to absolutely everything. So I always make sure that if I'm beginning to feel a bit overwhelmed, that I go off, I have a walk by myself, or maybe go back to my room and do a little bit of writing, because that can be another great opportunity. A nice, quiet, personal space away from family and all the other distractions of everyday life, where you can just go and chill and get on with some writing. So there are a few things that you should definitely make sure that you bring along to conference with you. The first is a pair of comfy shoes. There can often be quite a lot of walking in between buildings and in between halls and things like that, so make sure you're comfy. A bottle of water, obviously, and a notepad and pen are also really important. You'll probably take quite a few notes, and I do tend to reference them again afterwards. There's such a lot going in when you've got kind of 5 or 6 talks in a day. It's hard to keep it all straight in your mind if you don't take notes. Another good idea is to have some business cards printed before you come, so that if you do meet other authors that you want to stay in contact with, and agents and publishers who are also often available wandering around and are happy to have a chat, so you can give them your contact details so that they can get in touch with you when they want to. The first talk that I'm going to today is actually by a voice coach, and it's all about how to do your own audio. I'm really, really looking forward to that. That's something that I've been considering doing anyway, so this should be really, really helpful. And I will catch you guys later. Well, it's the end of the second day of the conference and I am getting ready to go to the gala dinner. I was going to put my hair down, but it's kind of gone all fluffy in the heat because I didn't dry it properly this morning. It's a complete mess. Also, it's really, really hot, so I think I'm going to tie it up. But this should be really fun. It's a 3-course dinner with waiter service. The wine should be flowing and it's going to be a really great evening. While I'm waiting for everyone to be ready for supper, I just thought I would show you the shared kitchen that we have, scene of many kitchen parties, cups of tea and exciting things like that. It is 8:30 a.m. on the final day of the conference. I've already had my breakfast and I'm just clearing out my room. We need to return the keys. And then I've got some really, really good sessions lined up for today. I'm especially looking forward to one on sorting out your author brand. I think that could be really useful. It's supposed to be boiling today, so the sun cream is on and we're just going to try and stay in the shade when we're not inside. Thankfully, the auditoriums are air conditioned. It's bliss. I will find a dog everywhere I go. This is Theo and he has been such a good boy. Hiya, that is the last session finished. It was all about author branding. It was really, really helpful. Just waiting for the taxi to come and pick us up to take us to the train station and I can make my way home to all my boys. I can't wait to see them. I was going to film this last part of the vlog while I was on the train on Sunday afternoon, but the passengers were just being so noisy. There was a group, well, I think it must have been like a stag party, and then there was another group that I think must have been a hen party, and basically they came together and there was a lot of noise, so it wouldn't have been possible to film. And since I've been home, we have had a bit of a heat wave in the UK. It has finally broken today. It is a beautiful 18 degrees Celsius. See, I've got my cardigan on because I was actually feeling a little bit nippy and it was so hot. I was sweating all over the place. I didn't think that you guys needed to see that. I thought it would be better to wait until it's not quite so disgusting out there. But it's nice because I've had a couple of days to reflect on my amazing weekend away, how much fun it was to be at the conference, not just to be able to go to the sessions, which were brilliant. I learned such a lot and came back really inspired with several different story ideas, which I can't wait to get started on, but also to be amongst other writers. You know, with everything that's gone on in the last few years, we just haven't been able to meet up like we used to, and I got to meet up with some old friends from previous conferences and people that I know from online groups and things like that, and I also made some new friends, which was really lovely. I wanted to do a few name drops actually of some of the writers who I was hanging out with at the conference in case anybody is looking for their next author to discover. These are definitely worth a try. I actually have a list of them just here. See how organised I am today? I would not have been this organised if I was on the train. That's the thing. Okay, so the first author on my list is Sharon Booth. Sharon is absolutely lovely. I knew her from Facebook for a while and then I met her in person at the last Romantic Novelists Association conference, which I went to, I think it was in 2018. Sharon writes feel-good fiction about life, love, magic and mystery. The woman's amazing. She writes 4 books a year normally and is basically only held back by whether her editor and her cover designer can fit her in. She is just astounding. I don't know how she manages it. The next lady is someone I hadn't met before. Such a life force. Her name is Susan Buchanan and she writes contemporary women's fiction and romantic comedies. I haven't had a chance to read any of her books yet because, as I say, I only met her this weekend, but they look really, really fun and I can't wait to get hold of one. The next writer I met was Mclean. She writes World War II historical romantic sagas. They just sound so lovely. Again, I haven't read her work yet, but I have heard about how good she is and her publishers have got a really good track record. Ella Matthews is a writer who I was friends with on Facebook, and then I met her at the previous conference I was at. She writes medieval romances. They are complete with knights and damsels in distress, and they are published by Mills and Boon. They are really, really great, complete escapism at its best. Next is Mairibeth MacMillan. She writes sexy Viking romances. They are so much fun. I completely love them. I'm lucky enough that I am going to be a beta reader for her next book, which she's writing at the moment, and I honestly can't wait. And last but not least is my American friend, Kathy Strobis. Kathy came all the way from New York to attend the conference for the second time, and she writes romantic, feel-good women's fiction. I love her covers. She's self-published, and she just does an amazing job. So make sure that you check her out as well. So as well as the wonderful people that I was hanging out with at the conference, I also went to some absolutely brilliant sessions that I wanted to speak to you about, because some of the speakers have got online courses and things available, and I think they would definitely be worth looking into if you were looking for something like that. So I've got my conference pack here, just looking a bit worse for wear because it was very well loved over the weekend. It was all highlighted. I was very, very organised. Right, so the first session I went to was called Bring on the Rewrite. That was really, really great. It was about seeing your book from an editor's point of view. There were two editors there who were talking about common writing pitfalls and explaining what really stands out in the slush pile. So that was really great. Then the one after that was Practice Makes Pitch Perfect, and that was basically people sent in like an elevator pitch, so a short pitch for their book, and then they were given feedback from a panel of industry professionals. The people who got up were just so brave. I don't think that I would have been able to do that. They had to come up and stand in front of the whole auditorium and read out their pitch and hear what the professionals had to say. Professionals were really, really lovely, and I think that they liked all of them anyway, but still, I wouldn't have been able to do it. Right, so that was it for the first day, because nothing started until the mid-afternoon on the first day, and then we were having dinner and things like that. But the next day I had, oh, this was so good. It was, let me tell you a story, DIY audiobook. So this voice coach, her name is Tamsy Collison, and she definitely has courses, and she does one-to-ones with people as well. And she was going through all the key elements of making an audiobook. So she's been making audiobooks for donkey's years. She started off with the BBC, but then when everything went crazy a couple of years ago, she had to work from home, and she showed some absolutely brilliant slides of setups that people had so that they would be able to record audiobooks at home. So she had loads of tips and tricks for any authors wanting to record their own books, which is something that I would definitely be interested in. So that was brilliant. Then after that, I went to TikTok for Authors. That was held by romantic novelist Fiona Lucas. She runs the TikTok for Authors Facebook group as well, which I'm part of, and she had some absolutely brilliant tips. And we also got to take part in one of her TikToks at the end of the session, so that was good fun. Then I went to Top 10 Contract Questions. That was by Rhoda Baxter. She is a romantic novelist as well, but she has written a book all about kind of things that you should look for in your publishing contract. You can buy it on Amazon, I believe, and it's really, really clear. She goes through all kinds of pitfalls that you might not be aware of when you're going through your contract, things that might look a bit unusual but are actually standard, and things that you should definitely query. Then after that was Get to Grips with Instagram. That was by Anita Chapman, and it was really, really fun session, and there was actually a competition in the middle of it. So what Anita wanted us to do was to put some of the things that she'd taught us into action. So she wanted us to take a photo of the actual session and post it on Instagram with hashtags, setting it out like she'd advised us to do, and making sure that we had tagged her. and put the location tag and things like that. So I happened to be sitting in front of the author Millie Johnson, who I have loved Millie's books for absolutely years. My sister used to work at Simon & Schuster, which are Millie's publishers. So I introduced myself to Millie and explained who my sister was, and she went, "Oh my goodness, of course, you're her absolute twin," and we had a lovely chat. So then when it came to taking the picture, I asked if I could take a picture with Millie, and she agreed, and I posted it, and guess what? I won a big box of Hotel Chocolat chocolates, which are on their way to me, but Anita decided to wait to post them until after the heat wave. So I'm really looking forward to getting those, and I never win anything. It was brilliant. Right, then the last session was Slush Pile Slam. That was where a panel of industry experts listened to blind readings of first pages and gave on-the-spot feedback. What was so fascinating about that is just how quickly they were making decisions about whether they would want to read more of that person's particular manuscript or not. It was so fast. It was literally from a couple of paragraphs, and sometimes it was the funniest things that turned them off. It was absolutely fascinating. So that was it for Saturday, and then we had the gala dinner, which was extremely hot and went on extremely long because there were so many people to serve, but was lovely. The food was really, really good the whole weekend, actually. I am going to be holding my first competition. It is to win a copy of my romantic novel, Starstruck. I will sign it for you, of course. Open to anyone, anywhere, and all you need to do is put a comment down below. The competition is going to be open until midnight GMT time on Friday the 29th of July, and a winner will be chosen at random. So make sure that you pop a comment down below. I do hope that you have enjoyed my video. If you have, make sure that you are subscribed and boop that notification bell. Paris has started snoring. Can anybody hear that? Because everybody always tells me that they can't hear him. How can you not hear that? It's so loud. Anyway, I'll catch you in the next one.